rubby-dubby-dub the whole time. I don't even know where to stick this thing. I could just stick it on the seatbelt. Ha ha! Look at that! Put my little clip on there so that I'm not getting totally molested by the seatbelt the whole time. I don't know. I don't know if the mic is connected to the thingy. I hope it is. It doesn't give me like any kind of indicator on the light, whatever thing, but it works. I just stepped in dog shit. I don't like dog shit. I love dogs. I do love dogs. Don't get me wrong. However, I own cats for a reason. I greatly appreciate that my cat shit in the box. And that my cat box is self-emptying. I don't even have to do anything with that. I mean, I do, like, once a week I have to go and empty it. But that's not a very big deal in the grand scheme of things. Except for Kink likes to shit out of the box. He's a big cat, and he hangs his butt over the edge. I don't know why. He pees in the box without any problem. Like, no issue whatsoever. But when it comes to pooping in the box, he just hangs his little butthole right over the edge, poops right out the side of it every time. And he's done that for years. He's like a 75% success rate. He does get it in the box most of the time, but then sometimes his butt is just too big. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know what I'm forgetting. I did secure everything before we rolled away, so hopefully nothing will fall over. If it does fall over, well, then it'll fall over. But, yeah, I just shooed a woman away from pooing in the front yard. Not the woman, her dog. Her dog was going to poop in the front yard. If the woman was going to poop in the front yard, that'd be a very different conversation. Yeah, that would be a very different conversation. But the problem is that, like, my roommate's dog shits in the front yard, and there's an abundance of dog shit in the yard right now. And so, yeah. I talked to her. She's going to clean it up today. Because I think that's one of those things where, like, people see a lot of dog shit, so then they think that because there's a ton of other dog shit, then it's totally fine for their dog to add to it. And I get the logic, but I don't appreciate the logic. Puget Sound Pizza, and we got pizza, and then we went to the mix, and then we got home at like 10:30, and my other roommate was like, I really want to go play pinball, and I wanted to go play pinball too. So then I went down to Triple Knock and played pinball with her. And then we got home, and my bread that I had mixed up yesterday, which is a no-knead artisan loaf recipe, it had risen and needed to be baked so that it didn't overproof. And so then by the time I finished baking that, it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and my loaf turned out beautifully. I will post a picture. And it tasted delicious. This morning I had 2 slices of it toasted with butter and honey, and it was a bomb diggity, I tell you what. But I am tired. I am tired. And being tired makes me a little whiny. And a little airheaded. It's a great time to jump on the freeway. Kidding, it'll be fun. But I could use some caffeine and eye drops probably. Okay. Because then I woke up at like 7 o'clock this morning. And I didn't drink. I mean, I had a cider with pizza, and that was that. Like, that was the extent of it. And that was early. But, cross stocks fall down all the time. Annoying. Okay, this is the super fun on-ramp too, where you merge in from this side. Like I merge to the right rather than merging to the left. I haven't had to do that really. So hopefully they see me coming and they give me grace. Because Lord knows I need some grace. I don't know why Lord knows is in my vocabulary. I'm not a religious person. Like, oh my God. deal. And I've done this in my dad's truck, and it's not a big deal then either. It's just that, you know, this is a much bigger vehicle than I'm accustomed to. It's fine. It's fine. I was talking to another bus person, and they were saying that my motivational pep talks to myself are also motivational to them, and I'm like, well, that's good, because I'm not feeling very reassured all the time on my own. When I'm going 50 and I feel like I'm going so fast, but also going so slow. If you're familiar with Tacoma and all of this, there's this like mergey bit where there's the 705, the 716, and I-5 all come together, and they're not like, none of the other ones are big freeways, but it's like, I don't know, what is this, 7 lanes wide right now? And then the lanes start dropping off, so it's like merge, constant, and most of the people are going like insane speeds because they drive like I do when I'm in my car, and then there's people like me who are going 60 and anxious. So, I mean, I'm getting off on the 167 over towards Puyallup, so like I'm not going to be on here that long. But there's a Poco with a U-Haul. Woo! I only have another mile and a half until my exit, and I'm going 60. Ah! I feel so proud. I'm so terrified all at the same time. Anxiety. I didn't take my ashwagandha this morning. I should have. Okay. I need to start making my way over that way, which means you little car. Yep. I'm coming. I have my signal on. You're going to let me over. Thank you. Appreciate it. Communication is key, and I am communicating. Blinky. Woo! Okay. I maintain 55 through that too. Like merging at moderate speed. California, that would be my speed limit. So, you know, I'm doing okay by the standards that I grew up with. I guess I don't have to yell anymore, do I? Because there's a microphone right here, like maybe I'm heard. Maybe I've just been screaming for fun. Also, it really did help with nerves to be very loud and be like, ah! Okay. And now we're off by 5. Yay. I much prefer the 35 mile an hour speed limit, not gonna lie. Definitely makes me a happier camper. By the Clay Supply Store, I could go buy clay. I don't need to go buy clay, but I would like to play with clay. I've been thinking about going back to playing with clay while I'm still here before I drive away. Then I'm like, what do I need to play with clay for? Because then I could sell the things that I make in clay. Or I could keep the things, or I could gift the things. I could do so many things with the things that I make out of clay. My shower wells are falling over. They're not attached, it's just like, you know, sheets. I don't know if you can see that behind me or not. I'll show you after I stop. But, they've got the sign open saying that they're open, so I don't know if they do sell them around there. I don't think I've ever paid attention. Because I don't buy fireworks. I enjoy them. I like to watch them. Do I like to watch them? I think I like them. I mean, I do enjoy them. I'm always just amazed. Like, here, people go to friggin' town with them. My first year, I was invited to somebody's house in Port Orchard, who was up on a hill overlooking the water, and they legit had a mortar cannon that they were launching mortars out of them over the water out of their front yard. It was a whole cannon. And I'm like, you can have those? I'm from the land of wildfires and forest fires, all of those things. And you can't do that there. You can hardly have sparklers there at this point. There's a guy riding a scooter down the white line, and that makes me nervous as a large vehicle. He's an old man, too. I assumed that would be a teenager. That was a dude with a full-on, like, white viper beard. Huh. Running around. Never heard of them before. They do an $84 range maybe. Whew. I don't know why my mirror on the front here is so wiggly. Like, my other one's not wiggly, and I don't remember that one being wiggly. Maybe a screw got loose. Maybe I have a screw loose. I might have a screw loose. But I do have, well, no, I don't have any marbles. I was going to say I have all my marbles. I don't have any marbles. But at least I haven't lost them. I just didn't have any. I mean, I did have some when I was young. I had some. I think I still have them at my mother's house, probably. I think there's a couple of them in the playroom. Maybe I'll look next time I'm home, and then I can be like, hey, look, I found my marbles. Yep. There's Gay Road. Interesting. I wonder if they're happy down there. I am very tired. I shouldn't have stayed out that late. But I should have stayed up later. I really wanted to bake that bread though, and it was very good bread. It was very much worth it. I tried to make bread the day before, but I rushed things, and it didn't rise. It just stayed as a sad little dough ball. And so then I mixed a new batch yesterday morning, and it was good. Yep. I had to use my oblong Dutch oven though, because my roommate had filled my round Dutch oven with soup, so I couldn't use that to bake my bread, which was unfortunate. But it's fine. Oh, I guess am I going across the bridge? Why am I going across the bridge? I want to go across the bridge. Yeah. Hey, well, I guess I'm going across the bridge. Am I allowed to go across this bridge? I should be allowed to go across the bridge. It says that there's a truck and trailer restriction, but it doesn't say like what the restriction is. I'm only 16,000 pounds. No trailers longer than 28 feet. Well, shit, yeah, man. My total length is 28 feet, and I'm not a trailer. So I think I am permitted. I wonder why. There must be a tight turn on the other side. Looks like it. There's a no semi sign on the other side. Maybe there's something on the other side. I'm not familiar enough with that side. Because I'm on River Road headed towards Puyallup right now, which is Highway 167 also. And then I'm going over to the other side because I'm going to Sumner. And so I've only driven that a couple times. I don't think I've ever gone across this bridge though. 14'6". How tall am I? I'm not that tall. Semi trucks are 13 feet typically. So, and I'm not that tall. I should know how tall I am though. I will learn. I will find out. Oh, I tried this new face gel thing. It's not new. It's a face gel that's been in my medicine cabinet for God knows how long. And I put it on this morning because my eyes were puffy and my face was puffy, and I just felt like overall puffy because I was tired. And it burned. It was supposed to to be a cooling mask, and instead it just burned like a mofo, and I was like, maybe it'll get cooler. And then I was like fanning myself with a washcloth going, maybe it'll get cooler. It did not get cooler. I tapped. You're supposed to leave it on for 20 minutes. I left it on for 3, and I was like, it shouldn't burn like that. That's a problem. Anyway. So that was an experience that I don't intend to repeat. I almost put the jar back in the cabinet thinking, oh, I'll try this again later. It was not enjoyable. Why would I try it again? So I threw it away. I think also that it's a couple years old is a factor. This is tight as shit. Okay. Cool, baby. Ah! My mirror on the side was like right against the metal, and the car beside me moved over, and now all the ones are moving. I'm over the line. I'm like, I'm on my side of the line. It's fine. But also, like, they moved. And I made it. And I totally understand why they don't want semi-trucks on this thing, or vehicles with trailers longer than 28 feet. Because they sure as shit wouldn't make that turn, I'll tell you what. But I made it. I made it. And now we're on the other side of the river. That's exciting. I think I might go home a different way. I don't think I want to do that bridge again. Because I might not have a car as considerate next to me next time that will give me space. And, you know, yeah. Not something that I want to find out about. way to do this. We didn't have to go across that bridge because this little right here is the big bridge that goes across. And whatever. It just wanted to make me sweat a little bit, apparently. Not appreciated.